beginning to congratulate the fellows who happen to be our first graduates of the fellowship program ever to be mounted in any university in this country. Mr. Vice Chancellor, mounting this program 3 years ago was a tall order and a pipe dream for us, knowing too well that there had never been a similar training program in any university in this country. We did not have local experience to consult or examples to make references to on how to develop a fellowship training curriculum. I must admit that winning a CDC grant of US dollars 1.2 million annually for the subsequent 5 years was a great excitement to us. However, implementing what we had proposed became a challenge which we had to surmount. We thank members of the Board of Postgraduate Studies and the Senate for their understanding and eventually approving the curriculum, which has finally culminated in the graduation we are witnessing this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the fellows before us have made UNITID, the College of Health Sciences, and the University of Nairobi proud. They have actively been involved in setting up innovative projects in host institutions where they were posted for the experiential learning. Some of them are now employed by the same host institutions to continue with the good work they had begun. Many of these institutions have also requested us to give them more fellows so that they can be able to continue helping them in their own institutions during their training.
I'm very honored to be here on behalf of the CDC and many people at the CDC who have been interested in and supported this program and its work implementing the U.S. PEPFAR, the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. You know, we have a long history of working, CDC does, in Kenya for more than 30 years, focusing on strengthening public health institutions, building evidence bases for decision making, and building capacity for prevention, diagnostics, timely therapy and disease control, outbreak response and research, knowledge acquisition, and translating data into policy. And this program fits right in. Recently on World AIDS Day, you know, which was just very recently on December 1st, PEPFAR released its blueprint for achieving an AIDS-free generation and outlined several key principles that will make it possible to fulfill that vision. The principles are the basis for the key strategies, or what are called roadmaps: saving lives, smart investments, shared responsibility, and driving results with science. Two of these principles are very relevant to this program, the HIV Fellowship Program. One is to make strategic, scientifically sound investments to rapidly scale up core HIV prevention treatment and care interventions and to maximize their impact. You know, those sound investments are a key part of what we're doing here in Kenya. And for PEPFAR, that has meant being able to work with partners to increase the efficiency and cost savings in delivering HIV programs. The hope is that you will take the training, the graduates will take the training that you've just completed to bring HIV program management practices to a new level of efficiency and effectiveness. The second principle is to work with partner countries and other partners to effectively mobilize, coordinate, and efficiently use resources to expand high-impact strategies, saving more lives sooner. And again, you know, for our presence in Kenya, there's nothing more important than those words. And since 2004, through funding support from PEPFAR, CDC has worked with ministries of health and many other international and local Kenyan organizations to provide comprehensive HIV prevention, care, and treatment services for those living with HIV. And again, for the graduates, you will have the opportunity to use your training working either from within or as a partner to the ministries of health in Kenya to broaden the reach and the impact of HIV prevention and control services. Can you hear me now? Okay. CDC has long focused on its epidemiology and laboratory science capacities, which are critical to public health program development. These two disciplines will have greater impact when joined with expertise in health economics, health informatics, and public health program management, which are the sorts of programs that you've been focused on during this training. Also critical to Kenya's capacity to implement its HIV/AIDS programs is the building of robust health information systems. And finally, and of great importance, the research we do in public health and the knowledge and evidence that comes from it cannot achieve its inherent value and intent and improve the lives of Kenyans without effective professional management of programs. Leadership and management skills do not always come intuitively. Many of us know that. So it's vitally important that Kenya builds this capacity among its staff. In Kenya, CDC has long worked with our partners in the ministries of health to build the technical capacity of the public health workforce and to strengthen health systems. So you're aware, the HIV Fellowship Program is part of a capacity, what we call patchwork, that we have been weaving together. It's complementary to another major effort that CDC has been focused on over the years, which is called the Field Epidemiology and Laboratory Training Program. That's another 2-year program which CDC helped the Ministry of Health on to implement in 2004, and a model for how to improve the skills of Kenya's health workforce through a competency-based program that provides service to the ministry while learning takes place. And so the HIV Fellowship Program employs a similar approach and is an excellent example of a competency-based, experiential, mentored approach to building the technical capacity of staff who, during their training, have assisted the ministries in improving HIV service delivery. So to the graduates, and I hope I can leave you with some deep and inspiring thoughts. It's traditional, as you know, to provide some words of wisdom to graduates as they go off in their commencement. And so as tempting as that is, to help you carry into the night towards your greatest challenges and achievements, which now lie ahead, for while you have accomplished much by graduating, this is truly a beginning. I will still not provide you with a set of platitudes. Platitudes like, go thirsty into the rain of knowledge and soak up all that you can. I won't say that. And seek the biggest challenges because therein lies growth and achievement. And also, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. I won't tell you any of those. What I will implore you is that you never lose sight of your purpose here on the planet. And you utilize every moment, every chance that you have to make a uniquely positive, very positive impact. This is your time.
The college, in a nutshell, is credited to offering quality training, research, consultancy, and community service. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard that the college, if I might say, is the mainstay of the University of Nairobi research, with an extensive portfolio of about 70% of the total research budgets of the university. I may not have the correct figures, but I need to blow my trumpet so the VC can be able to correct where I'm wrong. I think I should have said any mistakes excused. In this portfolio, ladies and gentlemen, we do deal with our broad spectrum of research, from the basic to the applied and to the operational, with very strong platforms for clinical trials, traditional medicines, quality assurance of medicines, vaccine developments, and the tropical and infectious diseases. When you listen to that, ladies and gentlemen, then you appreciate why, indeed, it was only fitting that this fellowship had to be domiciled in this college. We like creating the firsts, and this is the first one, not only in the University of Nairobi, but in the country. So the UN HIV Fellowship is hosted here in the University of Nairobi, and specifically in the College of Health Sciences, and more specifically in the Institute for Tropical and Infectious Diseases. This is a program that is mounted in collaboration with the University of Washington and graciously funded by the Centers for Disease Control, who have promised to continue funding from the UN fund. This fellowship is further evidence of the ever-growing reputation of the college in innovative teaching and research, and for producing outstanding graduates who are highly regarded by employers both locally and internationally. The HIV Fellowship, as we have said, is the first of its kind in the University of Nairobi, and for which the college is very grateful to the university management. The program is designed to build the capacity of public health professionals to provide effective leadership and management of the public and private health sectors. The fellowship will support middle and senior level public health professionals in the hospitals, in governmental organizations, in non-governmental organizations, ministries of health, national HIV control programs, United Nations agencies, and health insurance organizations. Through this training program, we hope to strengthen the institutional and management capacity of organizations delivering and overseeing HIV care. This will enable the organizations to utilize funds as well as new knowledge and technologies to create a sustainable Kenyan response to the HIV/AIDS epidemic. It is worth noting that to date, the program has trained fully 12 fellows who are graduating today. Additionally, 13 are in the second cohort and 5 in the third cohort who are still undergoing training. That brings a total of 30. It does not mean that this program only trains the fellowship, but they also go out and over-training, and in total we have trained over 1,000 participants across the country in various short courses. Ladies and gentlemen, that in a nutshell also represents the march of the college in delivering our mandate. I take this opportunity to congratulate the class of 2012, and I hope that they will use the knowledge and experience that they have acquired to change the way we do things in the health services in our country. I also take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2012. 2013. All right, thank you. That's why I had said errors excused. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Academic Affairs, Professor Jacob Kaimenyi, to make his remarks.
Professor Kiwagi apigiwe makofi ingine ya kilo, please. Asante sana. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor George Bagoa, Dr. Robert Breman, CDC Country Director, Dr. Kevin DeKock, Gorobo CDC AIDS Director, all protocols observed. For me, our guest of honor, and others who are seated here this morning, this is a moment of celebration. We have people who have spent 2 years here. And it's not surprising. They have come here with their own wives and husbands and children. This is a partnership with CDC, and it's in line with our strategic plan. Because the family believe There's no country, no institution that can succeed on its own without partnerships. Yes, we have graduates here graduates who are going to receive this fellowship. And I understand it is unique. Unique in what way? Unique because, as we've been told, it's competency-based. And not only that, the type of exposure to students is unique. Didactic, and there is attachment. Globally, you hear this, many people saying that we want students or graduates who are practical oriented. So we expect, because they have been attached for a long period, these are practical graduates. Again, to be a fellow graduate, what does it mean to you? To me, I want to believe you have a sense of pride this morning for personal achievement, and you have skills and competencies that are unique. But it's one thing to have competencies and skills which are unique to you, and another to make a world of difference in the management of HIV/AIDS in this country. I heard from Professor Imunya that you will revolutionize the management of HIV/AIDS in this country. I want to believe that is the case, and that's the challenge. For us as an institution, our guest of honor, again, it is an addition of more people, of more teachers, with better competencies in the teaching of HIV/AIDS. And not only that, as a country, more and better competent clinicians, which to me is an asset, and CDC deserves another clap. Can you clap for them, please? I want to tell you, as graduates, a lot is expected of you. It is not enough just to get the fellowship. Alafu unaweka kwa mfuko. People must see a change, a big change in you. I understand, for example, you want a project report. What were the contents, or what are the contents of those project reports? I would expect, Mr. Vice Chancellor, that these people will share in delight the contents of those reports with other Kenyans, so that what you have done is not simply archival, but something which is disseminated to others for the sake of your country, for the sake of your citizenry. The other thing I wanted to emphasize is the concept of sustainability. Yes, we have a 5-year project or program so a year, and we have massaged the country director to do this beyond 5 years. Yes, to eternity, so I'm told. But having said that, as a nation, it is a challenge, Mr. Vice Chancellor, and as an institution, to try and sustain this wonderful program.
You will remember that the Kenya Vision 2030, ladies and gentlemen, is like a blueprint for this country, and that the academic sector is allied to the social pillar, and that we are supposed to make tangible moves which are measurable and accountable. And one wonders from our society now, with a population that is out of control at 40 million. Perhaps I come back to the university and say that the population of this university now, student-wise, is about 62,000 and getting more. The academic faculty, permanent, is about 1,500, part-time about 500. And other staff about 4,500. So we are a huge establishment. Nevertheless, if you look at the provision of medical services for our people, where the University of Nairobi is supposed to provide leadership, I dare say that perhaps we are not doing very well. I don't know how to tackle this. If you look at the figures, we graduated this year, 13,000 odd, only 229 medical doctors were there, and maybe about 60, 70 nurses, 70 pharmacists and so on. When you go to the register of the medical practitioners in this country, you'll find that we have 10,000 people, 10,000 doctors in the register, but if you count the bodies of the doctors in the country, there are about 5,000. Because most of the doctors have gone to where the grass is a little bit greener than you see here. So those are issues that this university has got to deal with. And therefore, as I start by saying that it's my pleasure to join you here today to mark this very joyous occasion of the first graduation ceremony of this HIV Fellowship Program, I wish to congratulate the graduates for their hard work and dedication, which definitely has ensured that they have come here. I am aware, and I've been made aware many times, that this is the first such program. I also want to recognize our collaborators, the University of Washington in Seattle and CDC. And let me say something about those two collaborators. From where I sit, even though the university has 260 odd agreements, the majority of those agreements are in the shelf somewhere. The next lot, people come and tell you, no, we have money, but you must do this. And at the university, we are now saying, no, you can go back with your money. Because what you are doing must have relevance to our own people. And HIV has a lot of relevance to our own people, and therefore I want to salute you for that kind of arrangement. Even this morning, we had a meeting with Google, and those who are present in that meeting, and that's why I'm a bit embarrassed. We are no longer beggars as such. We are not Oliver Twist. We have become of age, and we must behave like reasonably equal partners, isn't it? Even if we are not completely equal. So I get a bit embarrassed when you say you require the program to continue. The program should only continue if we write another proposal competitively and we win it. And yet my problem is to make sure that it is sustainable beyond the CDC. Because if it is not sustainable beyond the CDC period, then we shall ask ourselves, have we done anything that is different from the past? Those are my headaches, ladies and gentlemen. I want to challenge these fellows here, these 12 fellows here. Like this year, I've graduated 229 doctors. And being the chairman of the Medical Practitioner Dentist Board, and even the former chairman is here, we know that after the internship, 30%, 40% of them fly away. Is it due to lack of love for our country or love for money? And I'm looking at them very squarely in the eyes and asking them, okay, this is a colorful graduation. How many of you are going to remain in this country to provide the services for which you have been trained? And I can assure you, and let God be my witness, it will not be 100%. So these are the issues that we really must. And of course, for them, you'll say, but there is no AIDS in Western Europe. Of course, there is AIDS in South Africa, and the South African grass just seems to be a little bit more green than here. So there are issues that we really have to tackle. It is not just enough to produce the doctors, the fellowships. The Americans are giving us money to train our people, and we are training our people to go and service other countries. And how ridiculous is it? You see, you are not clapping because I always speak the truth, and the truth is Ladies and gentlemen, this fellowship is